Cape Town is a city of stunning natural beauty. It sits on the southwestern tip of South Africa. Table Mountain provides a dramatic backdrop to the city. The Atlantic Ocean meets the Indian Ocean at the nearby Cape Point. The city has a Mediterranean climate. This means it has warm, dry summers and mild, wet winters. This makes Cape Town an attractive destination for visitors from all over the world. The region boasts unique flora and fauna. The Cape Floral Kingdom is one of the richest plant kingdoms on Earth. Cape Town's history is as rich and diverse as its natural environment. For centuries, it has been a meeting point for people from different cultures and backgrounds. This has created a city with a unique identity. Cape Town is a place where history and nature intertwine. Long before European ships arrived, the area was inhabited by indigenous peoples. The Khoisan people were the earliest known inhabitants of the Cape Town region. They were hunter-gatherers who lived in harmony with nature. Evidence suggests they lived there for thousands of years. The Khoisan people were skilled hunters. They used bows and arrows to hunt animals like antelope and zebra. They also gathered edible plants and shellfish. They were nomadic and moved around the region in search of food and water. The Khoisan people had their own unique culture and beliefs. They were known for their distinctive click consonants in their language. They created intricate rock art that depicted their lives and beliefs. Their presence left an undeniable mark on the landscape. In the 15th century, European explorers began searching for a sea route to the east. In 1488, Portuguese explorer Bartolomeu Dias rounded the southern tip of Africa. He named it the Cape of Storms. Dias's voyage was a significant event in history. It opened up the possibility of a sea route to India and the East. This had important implications for trade and exploration. Another Portuguese explorer, Vasco da Gama, sailed around the Cape of Good Hope in 1497. He continued his journey eastward. He became the first European to reach India by sea. The discovery of this sea route had a profound impact on the region. It led to the establishment of trading posts. It also marked the beginning of European involvement in the history of Cape Town. In the 17th century, the Dutch East India Company, or VOC, was a powerful force in global trade. Established in 1602, it was granted a monopoly on trade between Europe and Asia. The VOC sought to establish a refreshment station at the Cape of Good Hope. This was to supply their ships on their long voyages to the East Indies. In 1652, Jan van Riebeek, a Dutch merchant, arrived at the Cape of Good Hope. He established a small settlement on behalf of the VOC. This marked the beginning of permanent European settlement in the region. The VOC's presence had a significant impact on the indigenous population. The Dutch brought diseases that decimated the Khoisan people. They also displaced them from their land. This displacement led to conflict between the Dutch and the indigenous population. Section 5. A new settlement takes root. The settlement at the Cape of Good Hope grew steadily. It soon became an important stopover point for ships traveling between Europe and Asia. The VOC established a fort and gardens to provide fresh produce for their ships. The Dutch brought slaves from other parts of Africa and Asia to work on their farms. This marked the beginning of slavery at the Cape. It had a lasting impact on the social and economic fabric of the region. As the settlement grew, so too did its importance. It became a center of trade and commerce. It also became a strategic location for the Dutch to control trade routes in the South Atlantic. In the late 18th century, the Netherlands was at war with France. Great Britain, which was also at war with France, occupied the Cape of Good Hope in 1795 to prevent it from falling into French hands. This marked the beginning of British rule at the Cape. The British occupation was initially met with resistance from the Dutch settlers. However, the British gradually consolidated their control over the region. They introduced English as the official language. They also established British institutions and laws. The British abolished the slave trade in 1807. They fully emancipated slaves in 1834. This had a profound impact on the Cape Colony. It also led to significant social and economic changes. During the 19th century, Cape Town developed into a major city. It became the capital of the Cape Colony. The discovery of diamonds and gold in other parts of South Africa in the late 19th century transformed the region. The discovery of these precious minerals led to an influx of people from other parts of South Africa and the world. This further diversified the population. It also led to the growth of industries and infrastructure. However, this period also saw the rise of racial segregation. The British implemented policies that discriminated against the black African population. This laid the foundation for the apartheid system that would be implemented in the 20th century. The 20th century was a turbulent period in South African history. The apartheid system, which was implemented in 1948, institutionalized racial segregation and discrimination. It sparked international condemnation and led to sanctions against South Africa. In 1990, after years of struggle and sacrifice, Nelson Mandela was released from prison. Apartheid laws were repealed. This paved the way for the establishment of a democratic South Africa. In 1994, South Africa held its first multiracial elections. Nelson Mandela was elected as the country's first black president. This marked the end of apartheid and the beginning of a new era for South Africa. Today, Cape Town is a vibrant cosmopolitan city. It is a major tourist destination renowned for its natural beauty, cultural heritage and thriving economy. The city has undergone significant transformations since the end of apartheid. Cape Town faces challenges such as poverty. It is also dealing with inequality and crime. However, it remains a beacon of hope and progress. It is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Cape Town's history is a complex tapestry woven from the threads of exploration, colonialism, oppression, and ultimately freedom and reconciliation. It is a city that embraces its past while looking towards the future.